So my talk is more of a physiotherapy related talk, but this is quite important for me as well as all of you, because the first question is a patient going to ask you, when am I going to walk and when I'm going to do regular activities. So if you need to understand, or if you need to address this issue, you need to speak to your physiotherapist of what exactly do you want in a patient and what exactly do you need the patient to go through if you're going to have totally on your hand. So nowadays, we have been talking since morning about robotics. We've been talking about conventional TKRs, and the only thing which the matters to the patient is two things. One is correction of his deformity, getting rid of his pain, and his walk normalized to his activity levels. So, going on with the talk, the fast track total knee arthroplasty may provide the best available state treatment by combining evidence-based clinical features with organizational optimization. That is, whenever you are working in an institute where you have people who are going to rehabilitate your patient, you can't have a TKR patient with you and not have a physiotherapist along with you who will understand what is to be done to the patient, because you can't handle only one patient all the time to look after everything. So that is more important at an organizational optimization, resulting in reduced perioperative morbidity and mortality. It gives shorter recovery and earlier achievement of functional milestones. It should be a multidisciplinary approach, because whenever a patient comes to you, the first thing he's going to be asking is, when am I going to walk? So that is one thing, and you have to be very careful when you're handling these patients in your OPD, because you need to understand the psyche of the patient, whether he's going to understand what he's going to go through, the amount of pain, the amount of stiffness, everything, and then you are going to give him the totally option. The anesthetic and intraoperative analgesic procedures, because what kind of an anesthesia you're going to use and what perioperative pain he's going to go through is going to dictate how the patient is going to react to all of this. Surgical techniques, now since morning I think most of the surgical techniques are being addressed to, and all of them work well as long as you are doing the minimal of tissue trauma. If I've been in Sancheti Hospital for quite some time. I have assisted Dr. K. H. Sancheti, and the first thing which he says, or which he hates to do, is handle the soft tissue. So the lesser you handle the soft tissue, the lesser is going to the pain. Post-operative treatment of pain, there are multimodal treatment options. You can handle the pain by giving intraoperative cocktails. You can give blocks. You can give PCA. Whatever works the best for your patients, or whatever works best in your hands or your anesthetist hand, is good enough. Post-operative rehabilitation techniques, this is more important because we are going towards fast-track total knee arthroplasty and hospital discharge. So how many days you're going to keep the patient in the hospital also does matter, because the more the patient stays, the more he becomes attached to your hospital, and he becomes more of an headache, trying to do what you expect him to do. So as early as possible, patient goes home, he's happy, and he will do all the protocols which are given to him. The goals of fast-track physiotherapy are accelerate the rehabilitation process, encourage early mobility to prevent complications, enhance post-operative function and independence, and minimize the length of stay without compromising safety. So all of these points depend on only one factor, that is patient counseling. So you need to counsel the patient that you are going to go through all of this, and you have to bear with it for a certain period of time, and you should be able to do good after the total knee arthroplasty. So what are the post-operative physiotherapy protocols? Post-op day 1, most of them, I don't know how many of you are comfortable with giving CPM to the patient. I personally do not practice it, but it has been advised. Most of the patients do undergo CPM, but depends on what kind of a pain profile you're going to have with the patient. After 3 to 4 hours of surgery, there's a new thing called as you need to have therapeutic mobilization of the patient, that is active therapeutic mobilization. So this is a new concept which has come in the United States. The patient is put in a position where he's going to have the lesser and lesser amount of pain, and then he's asked to actively do his exercises till he bears the pain. So whenever you are addressing the patient, so I hope most of you understand Marathi, so you have to tell the patient ki tumhala jitaparent sahan hota hai titaparent kara. So the patient will gradually go on doing it more and more over a period of time. So that is a concept which we have also followed, but it's given a fancy name in the US. So that's called as the ATM. The static quadriceps, hamstring and knee range of motion exercises, bedside sitting, and full weight bearing standing and walking with walker for a few steps. So this can start immediately after the operations. I preferably do it after 6 to 8 hours of the surgery, not too early, not too late. From post-op day 1, active assisted range of motion, exercises for hip and knee, full weight bearing walking with a walker. We have a lot of equipment at our hospital where we address to multiple issues. We have the Game Ready, which is kind of a cryo cuff, which used to be available earlier, but now this has come up with a very fantastic machine which can be wrapped all around your leg or your spine, and it can give active cryotherapy where it gives intervals of cold and hot sponges. NEMS, that is neuromuscular electrical stimulation for quadriceps strengthening. The ratios are decided depending upon your patient's pain profile and his mobility. Transfer from bed to chair and commute training. This should start as early as possible so that patient becomes comfortable in the hospital atmosphere. From day 2 to day 3, continue all the exercises, improve his walking distance with lesser and lesser assistance. Staircase training from post-op day 2, promote independent transfer and home exercise programs. All this should be starting on day 2 or day 3. So most of our patients are discharged from the hospital on day 3, and by the time they are out of the hospital, they should be able to climb stairs. Although assisted, they should be able to. That gives two things. One is the patient is confident about what he's going to do next, and the second thing is mobility is also improved. Discharge, the patient should have at least 90 degrees of range of motion. Extension should be 0. Extension depends on multiple factors, whether you've recreated that knee joint perfectly as good as well, you have recreated the quadriceps mechanism well, and that depends on your knee extension, because if you have changed the joint line, it's not going to really help your extension. Independent transfer from the bed to chair and the toilet, walking with a minimal assistance, and pain management on oral medications. So don't be too stingy about giving oral medications and getting rid of that pain. Be a little liberal till the patient settles down with the pain, because he's going to blame you, because the patient is first scared of pain rather than getting his knee all right. Aquatic therapy, 10 days post total knee replacement with waterproof dressing, exercises like forward, backward walking, side walking, and knee range of motion. If you have the facility of aquatic training, it is well and good. If you don't have it, we have centers in Pune where we can get this aquatic therapy. Stitch removal, start prone bending, standing exercises, walking independently, and gait training. Don't start prone bending before your stitches are out, because that will cause a lot of abrasion to the knee. After 3 weeks, strengthening for the hip, quadriceps, hamstrings, VMO, stretching exercises, and proprioception training. Static cycling also can be started depending on how well you're getting that range of motion. From day 4, isokinetic training to get that muscle mass back, starting with concentric knee flexion and extension in 60 degrees per second, 5 repetitions, and then eccentric knee flexion and extension, 5 repetitions, 3 sets of 3 each. Progression of strengthening exercises, gym exercises, and balance training. Don't be too aggressive about gym exercises, because you are not going to handle the patient. The gym trainer is going to handle the patient. So I would rather refrain from having gym exercises to the patient so early on in the post-operative period. Return to daily activities and work. And coming to how you're going to handle these patients, the maximum protection phase is from post-op day 1 to week 4. The goals are pain control and prevention of complications. You should start early mobilization to prevent stiffness. Pain management, you can give cryotherapy, positioning, that is ATMs as I earlier mentioned, elevation and neutral position, Butler grade 1 mobilization, and soft tissue mobilization, that is called as MFR. So you should be able to know what is MFR, because you need to see what the physio is doing with the patient. Maximum protection phase, moderate protection phase is from week 5 to week 8. That is, improves the range of motion, increase the muscle strength and stability, promote functional independence, exercises hip and knee, strengthening quadriceps, balance and coordination, supported standing exercises for balance, functional activities like stair climbing, techniques for going up and down the stairs without a cane or a walker. And minimum protection phase is return to function phase, that is from beyond 8 weeks. So goals are to continue improve knee function and overall strength, maintain range of motion, and prevent weight gain. Advance the balance and strengthening, use of gym-like equipment, and leg presses like gym ball, leg presses, all these things you can use post 8 weeks. Low impact aerobic sports like aquatic therapy and cycling. So this is the minimum protection phase. So that's about what you're going to do in a patient for a fast track rehabilitation in a total knee arthroplasty. Functional activities like gradual return to daily activities like gardening or whatever the patient likes to do. Patient education is importance of long-term maintenance, avoiding high-impact activities and cross-leg sitting. Key points. So lot of times we see patients being advocated knee cross-leg sitting, but I would really refrain from doing this because the patients really don't understand. And key points: encouragement to continue exercises independently at home to maintain functional gains. So tell them that 6 to 8 months post surgery you are supposed to do the exercises, because if you tell them 6 to 8 months, they will do it for 3 to 4 months only. So you have to be very careful about this. Thank you so much.